And I think
I want to see you mad. Like, I don't want to see you smile when I walk into the gym. I want to see you angry and you be like going at
it.
Like,
I'm not much of an angry person. Like, I mean, shit.
What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with Regan Grimes, who we all know is out of the season for 2024. He is gonna take the entire 2024 off and he is looking to compete sometime next year. So Regan was invited on Cutler's cast for this interview where Regan confirmed this news once again. He feels like he hasn't made enough improvements to be able to crack top 6 at the Olympia level in this offseason. And I have to say, there is nothing to debate about that, but Jay Cutler was kinda disappointed with Regan here. And the reason is Jay has been a big believer in Regan's potential all this time. And I have to say, time is moving very fast for Regan Grimes.
Yeah.
You know, we all keep talking about, oh, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm going to take some time down. And But this is it, man. Like next year, that's why, like we always say, we want to see you in the big shows, right?
He isn't a rookie anymore. Because for those of you guys who do not know, Regan made his IFBB Pro debut back in 2017. Yes, about 7 years back. Long before guys like Nick Walker, Hunter Labrada, Samson Dauda, Andrew Jagged, and the list just goes on and on for guys who were unknown back at that time, if we go that far back. And all of these guys I just mentioned have been top 6 at the Olympia level. And some of them are being talked about as potential Mr. Olympia title contender this year. Just go back and look at 2021, where Regan Grimes was actually beating Samson Dauda. And now we all know where Samson Dauda is in terms of his placings at the Olympia level. Plus, he is an Arnold Classic champion as well. Now, last year did went very well for Regan Grimes, as he was able to crack top 10 at the Olympia for the very first time. But even he himself knows that if some guys like Nick Walker, Big Ramy, even guys like Rafael Brandao and William Bonac, who were missing last year, if these guys were there, and even if Regan is able to beat Rafael Brandao and William Bonac, he still would have been at least 11th. So both Jay Cutler and Milos Sarcev have been saying this for quite some time, that Regan probably has one of the best structure. In fact, Milos says he is a taller version of Derek Lunsford, which I have to say, even if that is true, Regan hasn't been able to live up to his hype. And if it was Regan's first time taking a year off, all the fans would have been totally okay with that. But this is Regan Grimes taking a year off second time in the last 3 years. So the question now is that will Regan ever be good enough to fight for Mr. Olympia title in the men's open bodybuilding in the future?
I announced on my YouTube channel.
And what's the reaction?
Here. I think everyone was pretty agreeing.
Supportive?
Like,
I'm sure there's going to be people that are disappointed, right?
Well, I have to say, as of right now, that is really hard to predict. Because we keep going back to 2018, when Regan Grimes made the decision to go to Kuwait, and they were pushing him to the limits. Now, him moving away from that environment, that was actually a good call. Especially psychologically, that was really good for his mental health. But at the same time, Regan going for classic physique, that was a completely bad call. All that time could have been utilized to grow bigger, because the competition is getting tougher and tougher every year. And it isn't like 2025 is gonna be any different. Next year might be even tougher than this year, who knows? So let's see how much improvements can Regan Grimes make this year. And do let me know what you guys think. Can he crack top 6 in 2025?
But is it disappointing because you've had all these setbacks with like the gut and now you got the fiber issue and when is it going to be like smooth?
I know this is what's so frustrating, right? Like I feel like you're constantly fighting something, but.
Next up is the latest physique update of Rubiel Mosquera, aka Nexilla, all the way from Kuwait. So this is him less than 8 weeks out of his second pro show of his career. And that is gonna be Dubai Pro. So first thing first, Rubiel needs more shoulder to shoulder width in order to create more V-taper, but his symmetry will eventually get better as he gets into that contest ready condition, as he diets down, as he gets more drier. But I don't think he will be able to have more cap delts without having any real off season. So him competing in Dubai is very anticipated because the bodybuilding fans have been waiting for him to compete since Prague last year. He has competed only once since he turned pro. And we all want to see an upgrade version. So if Andrew Jagged isn't doing Dubai Pro, then this show is wide open for all of these guys, which includes Barros Tabani, Nathan Dieza, and Rubiel Mosquera. And who knows, some other big names might show up here at this show as we get closer to the competition. Because the thing is, that is a lot of money to pass up on. $100,000, that is a lot of money. So Rubiel did beat Nathan Yesha at Prague last year, which was his first pro show. So this is gonna be a really good rematch. And just because Rubiel was traveling all this time, he did not have any proper off-season. So I think he can be better in terms of conditioning, but we cannot see any significant improvements in terms of the size, especially in his upper half. But he did make a timely decision of going to Kuwait at about 12 weeks out mark so that he can lock himself in and present a much better package in Dubai. So Rubiel has the freak factor. He has all the size in the world. He is probably one of the biggest guy in the men's open division right now. He has the biggest legs, probably the biggest we have ever seen in the sport of bodybuilding. So he is always going to be an exciting talent to look forward to. So can he qualify for the Olympia in his rookie year? Do let me know in the comments below. You have got to love Florian Poisson's body responding like crazy as he started eating more food. This guy was meant to be in the men's open bodybuilding, and today he weighed 286 pounds, first thing in the morning. So will he go pushing more food and go as high as 300 pounds? Well, we are going to find out in a few more weeks, because as of right now, his focus is making improvements, and he is in no rush to get back to the stage in the men's open class. So he turned pro back in 2019, and he made his pro debut the very next day at Portugal Pro, where he placed 4th. So Florian was the talk of the town after that presentation. He had such an impressive and such beautiful shape, and even against guys like Invalier Mohamed Shaban, Lucas Osadel, he was able to stand out. And a lot of guys do not know this, that he was actually able to beat Samson Dauda at that show. And even though he was outside of the top 3, but still he was able to impress every bodybuilding fan out there. Everyone in the community saw his true potential. So I'm sure we would all really like to know how Florian feels about downsizing and competing in classic physique for a few years. Because the thing is, everyone in the bodybuilding community kept on telling him that he won't be successful because he just won't be able to make any progress because of the limited food intake. But that is in the past now. And I for one am really excited to see him back in the open. So Florian Poisson had crazy muscularity, especially from the front, even back in 2019. So it is obviously gonna take him some time to build himself back up. So back in 2019, his back was the weak area, which must be a priority going forward. So taking this year off and focusing on growing more size and come back in 2025 and maybe do some earlier shows, that will be a great strategy for him. So do let me know what you guys think. If he comes back better than ever, can he crack top 10 at his Olympia debut in 2025? Very exciting to see Calum Von Moger taking full control over his life, rebuilding both his mind as well as his lost physique. We have seen him bigger than this in the past, but this isn't far off. And he not only just looks big, but very lean right now. So, if Calum announces to go for a classic physique pro show, that will certainly become a big news in the bodybuilding world. Although based on the physique that we saw from him a few years ago, he is gonna have a hard time in the pro ranks, especially now when the level of competition has grown so much. But him being a professional bodybuilder, that isn't the reason of him having over 3 million Instagram followers. The bodybuilding community really liked his content, and he was the first one who portrayed himself as the closest to Arnold Schwarzenegger in the modern times. So Calum posted this great picture of him and the legend and the 4 times Mr. Olympia Jay Cutler today, and they recorded a podcast together, which will be coming out very soon. And I'm sure they will cover everything on what Calum's future plans look like. So, if you have followed Calum's downfall, especially mentally in the last few years, it makes you nothing but happy and proud to see him back on his feet, living his life and chasing his dreams. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.